Hi folks, Martin here, and on this video I give you an overview of the brand new TOPAZ Adjust 5. It's out now and I will show you a little bit about the new features. And at first you have a new structure here, a new panel, and normally at the beginning you have this preview window up here on the left hand side in the upper corner. I close it down and you can change that settings in the preferences. Show preset preview at startup or not. And you can also change or choose enable auto create layer, so every time you start the plugin it will create a new layer in your Photoshop panel. But these are not new features. Yeah, at first I will say I started Adjust here from my Photoshop CS5, but you can use this plugin if you're new to TOPAZ plugins. You can use Adjust in every program that can handle Photoshop plugins. You can use it from Elements or with another plugin from TOPAZ that's free. You can download it for free. It's a plugin for your Lightroom. You can start TOPAZ plugins from Lightroom as well, and even Aperture if you're on the Mac. Yeah, but as I mentioned before, the structure and the overview of the panel is, and I will give you a little overview. At first, you have special sections here: classic collections, vibrant collections, HDR, film, stylized, and also the old overview of all the presets from the Adjust 4. So on the Adjust 4 you had these presets here, a whole list, a bunch of presets, and now you have sections for your collections, preset collections. You can create presets by your own. If you're playing around with this plugin and you like something, you can save all the settings you did on the right hand side. You can save them as a preset to your own collection. But we go through the presets we have already built into Adjust 5. The plugin will choose the last user settings you did on the beginning, but you can go in and say exposure correction. This is okay for me. I say apply it. So the plugin applied it to this image. And then you can choose other, like you push up the details a little bit, and you can click inside of your image for a before and after. You have the before and after right on top of this window, and even with the spacebar you can say before and after, and I think the spacebar is the fastest way to get an overview about the before and after. Yeah, you can, this is new here, the histogram. You can take a look on the histogram how your highlights and your blacks are set. So all the changes you do here underneath this window, you can see if your blacks and your whites are okay on the image. And I also will apply this, my details. Now I have a second filter preset here on this image, and I will jump into the vibrant collection and choose dramatic, so that you really can see it for this video that something is going on there. So it's a very dramatic style. Maybe you love it, or you will change something. Here on the Adjust 4 you had these opportunities to change settings of this filter plugin. Right now you have two more. You have local adjustments here. You can mask or brush out this effect with the brush. You can dodge and burn directly onto the image. That's really nice. So if you don't want the plugin or this preset here, you can choose brush out instead and brush out the effect of this preset. And you can see this here in the mask. It's a very fast and easy way to do this. And then you have the finishing touches, where you also can go in and say, okay, transparency, I want to have this not at the 100% like now, maybe something about 50%, or go back to the before, and then you can go back to another setting. It's not so dramatically, but let us start with the global adjustments. If you're not new to Adjust, you already know that, but if you're new to Topaz, I will give you an overview. Here you have the adaptive exposure, where you can change the effect of the exposure settings. Contrast, brightness, you can protect highlights if you need to. If you can see something is going on here on the right hand side, on the white side of the histogram, you can protect the highlights and you can protect the shadows as well. Give a little bit more of an HDR look, or you will have really black dark areas. If it's not a problem for you, I like this hard style, or you go back a little bit to protect the shadows. You have the detail settings, where you can push the details. You can sharpen the image a little bit. You have a radius slider, threshold slider, strength, or you can boost all that quite heavy. And these are some normal adjustments, like you're already known from Unsharp Mask or something like that. But it's a little bit heavier, especially with the detail boost. And then you have normal sharpen, and to the end you can change the strength a little bit. You can process details independently if you want to. Color settings, adaptive saturation. If you're more in the HDR, you will change this slider, and the normal saturation as well. You have a saturation boost, or you can give the hue more on the cold or the warm side. Double clicking on the word will give you a 0. It will zero out the settings. We'll get it to normal. Noise reduction. You also have this if you zoom into the 100%. Now we navigate to the sky area here. You can choose the rendering for the Topaz denoise. So it's a little more accurate if you do so. You can see maybe on these areas here there's no noise at all, and now we go back to 0. There's a little bit of noise here, so you can change this a little bit or a lot, it's up to your taste. And then you also have a curve tool, and this is what I really like. You have different contrast settings, lighter, darker, medium contrast I especially like. And it's a very fast way to change the contrast of this image. If you only go in and say, okay, strong contrast, no, that's not for my taste, I will have a medium contrast, or I like to have it lighter. So it's especially for the midtones, we'll get a little bit lighter. Choose medium contrast here. Yeah, and then if you're not into it of dodging and burning, or if you not want to brush out something or smoothen something with the local adjustments, you can directly go down to the finishing touch. You can add grain if you want. It's very good for black and whites, I think. Transparency, as I mentioned before, it's like the opacity in the Photoshop. How much do we will have the overall effect of this plugin. You can change a little bit of the color to cool it down or warm it up. You can add borders if you want to, vignette. Go back to the overall view, fit it on screen. Can darken or highlight on the edges. And you also have tones. You can change separate tones for your image. It's good for skin tones if you're working with portrait, so very great to have this opportunity to change this directly in the plugin. And yeah, after you have done all these adjustments you've done with your image, with your photo, you only have to say, okay, I'm done, I'm fine, that's good for me. And you can go back to your Photoshop, take a look on the before and after. Maybe you want to change the opacity, the effect, the overall effect, or you will mask out a little bit of another area if you forgot it to do this in the plugin. But there's no need to do so. You can add and masking everything directly in the plugin, and it's a very fast and easy way to do so, to work with images. It's only go back to your program you're coming from, save your image to a folder or save it as web or whatever you want, and you're done with the image. And it's a very, very fast way, especially if you know much more about this adjust settings. You can create your own presets inside your own collection. You can choose them only clicking, maybe add in a vignette, and you're done with your image. It's a very fast way to do. Yeah, this is it. Thanks for watching. See you again next time. Goodbye.